Assalamu alaikum students. How are you all? Hope you all are very fine, fit and healthy. Children, in today's session you are going to learn about a new chapter that is your chapter 6 weather and climate. Before entering into our lesson, let us recall what you have learned in your 6th class. In 6th class, you have learnt about how your mother predicted that it was going to rain. She also advised you to take an umbrella before it rains. On what basis did your mother predict that it was going to rain? Does it happen that each time you think it would rain, it rains? Generally, our elders try to predict rain. Sometimes their expectations come true and sometimes not. They look for some indications to make such predictions. Children, do you know what they are? It is common experience for everybody to hear elder people talking about the possible weather on a day before planning to celebrate a function of the family. They do it by observation of different seasons. Farmers listen to radio or watch TV for weather forecast. They depend on these weather predictions to plan their agricultural activities. These weather predictions affect our daily life. Where do these predictions come from? How does the meteorological department make these predictions? The department collects data and uses it to make predictions. This is about weather of Hyderabad. 3 consecutive days you have given in your textbook that you can see afterwards. What aspects do you see in the weather record? And on which day did it rain? By observing into your table, you can see. We find that these aspects of weather keep changing. The humidity changes, the wind changes, the temperature also changes, and we observe change in sunrise and sunset. We find that there are some changes in a day, but most of the day is normal. The weather is a complex phenomenon that it can vary over very short period of time. Sometimes it is sunny in the morning, but clouds appear from somewhere and it starts raining. Within a matter of few minutes, this gives way to the bright sunshine. You must have had several such experiences. The temperature, humidity, rain, wind speed change, all this affects the life of human beings and their living organisms. This constitutes what? Weather. Do you know, children? Many people died during the tsunami in Andaman and Nicobar Islands in 2004 by the tribals who observed the ocean moving back and birds making sounds moved away from the danger. They could predict the danger and save their lives. Let us see. Children, here you can see a weather forecast of some region. Now, let us see, children. What is the difference between weather forecast and weather report? The report that explains future conditions is a weather forecast. The report that explains about past conditions is a weather report. In common conversation, we often refer to both as weather report. How we can measure temperature? Measuring temperature of a place, the weather of a place can change every day. This is why we often say today's weather is very humid or it is too hot and so on. Generally, mornings and evenings are pleasant during summers, but we feel that it is very hot during noon. How do we compare a place which is hot with a place which is cool? How do we determine the hottest part of the day? We have already learned that there are thermometers that help us measure the temperature There is a special thermometer to measure highest and lower temperatures of a day. That is the maximum minimum thermometer, namely MMT also we can call it as. There is 6. The scientist invented the maximum minimum thermometer MMT to measure highest and lowest temperatures of a place. This consists of a cylindrical bulb A connected through a U-shaped tube to spherical bulb B that contains alcohol. When the temperature increases, the alcohol in the bulb A expands. The mercury in the U tube goes up to the bulb B side and the indicator I1 also moves up. This indicates maximum temperature of the day. If the temperature decreases, alcohol in the bulb A contracts, then the mercury in the U tube goes to the A bulb side and the indicator I2 also moves up. This indicates minimum temperature of the day. After taking readings, the indicators I2 and I1 are brought to their original places by using a magnet. So, like this we can measure this temperature of there is highest temperature and lowest temperatures with the help of the 6s maximum minimum thermometer, and it was invented by a scientist called 6. So it was named like that. So children, in our next session we continue our lesson. So up to that, Allah Hafiz.